Um, we don't want our life and our relationship to be born from trying to tell our spouse how they're going to love us.
Yeah.
That's a law. And now we're putting them under a law. Right? And now that law is going to kill them. And not just kill them, but it's going to kill your relationship and it's going to work death in you. And most marriage counseling and seminars and books are all about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How they're going to now tell you the way you're supposed to love them. Right? That's a law. It's the ministration of death. It will kill the whole thing, man. It will kill the whole thing. It can't work that way. And it's not designed to work that way. You won't feel unloved if you find yourself immersed in the love of God. It doesn't matter what your husband or wife does. You won't feel unloved. You won't be busy thinking, I lack love. Right?
That's right.
And so you'll be happy with anything your husband does to love you. And you'll be set free to actually experience that he already has been loving you. Instead of judging the way the love has to look, you'll be set free from the judgment of how the love has to look. When that judgment goes, guess what? You actually start seeing the guy's been loving you or the woman's been loving you. Right? You can actually see it. You got fog, you got blinders on to where you can't see that the other person is actually loving you because you judge love supposed to look this way. And so they could be doing all these other things to love you and care for you and to be there for you, but you won't see any of it because you define it's got to be this way. But if that judgment can be removed, then all of a sudden your eyes can begin to see this guy or this woman has been loving me. That's how it was for me when I thought that Becky, was against me, right? It's because I had a certain judgment going on. And when God come and remove that judgment, all of a sudden I could see, that this woman's only ever been for me. This woman's only ever been, trying to build me up. She's only been ever trying to just enjoy life with me and be close to me and be one with me. How can I be upset about that? And then you get set free. And I think that happens a lot in relationships. And I've slammed this book a million times, and I'll slam it again. And so I'm sorry if I've upset anybody, but that Love Languages book is a heinous, horrible book. It's a heinous, horrible book that has brought divorce, that has brought strife, that has brought fights. It needs to be burned. It needs to never be brought up again within a marriage relationship. Most of people's love languages aren't even their love languages. They're the things they've lusted after in their life to believe that they're justified.
Exactly.
They're things they've lusted after to believe that they are as they ought to be. And so then they call that their love languages. And so then what they're doing is they're actually putting their husband under a law to justify them. Is what they're doing. And they think that's going to work out. That's not going to work out, man. But that's what we've taught that book from. And so now we'll all find what's your love language. And then we'll go tell our spouse, that's my love language. When really if we wanted to decode it, what we're saying is, I'm trying to be justified through this. So do you think you can do that so I can try to feel justified?
No.
That's really what we're actually saying.
Yeah.
And when we say it that way, we see real clearly.
Yeah, real clearly.
What does it say that the tree of the knowledge of good and evil looked good for food?
Yes.
It looked like it would make one wise. What does it say about there's a way that seems right unto man, and the end thereof is death? Didn't that seem right? Seemed right to find our love language, and then to get them to start doing that, didn't it? That seemed like the right way, didn't it? It seemed like that would be the way of the life. No. That's not the way of the life.
Until you hear the truth, self-justification is like no big deal.
Yeah. You don't
Well,
realize
you're
it.
keeping them in the prison that they created for themselves.
You're
Just helping them to stay in there.
Yep. You're helping them to stay in there. You're looking to another person for life. And you're putting that burden on somebody else to bring you life. And you'll never be able to enjoy each other from that foundation. You'll never be able to enjoy a friend from that foundation. You'll never be able to enjoy any relationship from that foundation. You just suck the air out of the thing. You'll never be able to just enjoy who that person is for the beauty of what they are. Because you're always looking to them to be justified.
That checklist.
Well, guess what? They can't justify you. It's not possible. So the more you look to them to be justified, the less justified you're going to feel, and the more fault you're going to find with them. And then you'll never see the beauty they actually possess. You'll never see the good that they actually do, even if there's areas of their life that they're in bondage. Mm-hmm. You'll never be able to just enjoy the beauty that is in them. You'll only ever think about all their shortcomings, all the ways they fall short, all the ways they don't measure up. You'll all the time be thinking of that. And then you'll all the time be dealing with them according to that. And so now you'll be in there trying to fix it all, because if you can fix them, then they can fix you.
That's right.
If I can get them to behave the right way, then I can believe I'm as I ought to be. See, that's how we need to say it, and then we see how ridiculous it sounds.
Exactly.
Right? Another human being cannot persuade you that you are as you ought to be. They just can't. And the more that you think they can, the more that you'll never, listen, the person you're with is beautiful. There's a whole lot of beauty there. And so if your eyes can just be open to the beauty that's already there, you'll actually just start enjoying your life. You will. You'll just start enjoying your life. The thing that's keeping you from enjoying your life is you're focusing on them as your source for life, and therefore you're now critiquing them, because if you're focusing on them as your source for life, you can only ever come to one conclusion: I lack what I need for life. And once you come to that conclusion, you're going to be busy trying to bring forth everything in them that you say they lack to give you life. And so you'll never be able just to sit and be happy with what they do. Or what they can do. You'll all the time be thinking about what they don't do, what they should do. You'll be thinking about how so-and-so's wife does this. Why can't Becky do that? You see how it goes?
Oh, yeah.
All the while, the person you're with, man, is freaking beautiful to begin with.
Can I share a prayer with you that I said the other day?